All right, we are here at Nightmare Weekend with Dee Wallace. How has this event been for you, first day?
Well, actually, it's been a little tiny bit slower than we thought it was going to be. And that being said, I've still made a lot of money and met a lot of really cool people that I really like you.
Well, thank you. And I got to ask, what is it like meeting like the fans of your films that have been you spoke to this a little bit, but like about what these films mean to them?
I love doing this. A lot of actors just do it for the money. I really love doing this. I love hearing the stories. I love exchanging the love. I have a whole other business that I do, which is life coaching and healing work. And a lot of people follow me for that and come up for advice to the table. So it's just a big exchange of energy and mutual respect between us. And I really love that.
Now, you go to some of these conventions with some of your other co-stars from, to quote Henry Thomas, a very popular 80s movie. What is it like kind of reuniting with the cast every so often for these events?
Oh my gosh, we're still like family. Yeah, we do a lot of these together. We've got some mean panels going on. Every time I do a panel with the guys, I always learn something I didn't know.
Really?
After 40 years, inevitably I turn around and go, really? Really, that happened? Well, you have to understand, in that very famous movie, of which we can't mention because there's a SAG strike on, the kids worked a lot without me. Mm-hmm. So all kinds of stuff went on. And some stuff behind my back, especially when I was in my Halloween costume that all the young boys really loved very much. Some of the things that happened behind my bottom that I didn't know about. So anyway, yeah, I learn a lot still.
Well, how did you being at Nightmare Weekend this weekend come about, and how's Richmond treated you for the last day or so?
I love Richmond. I've been here several times. I love this city. And this is just a great show. I've seen a lot of fellow actors that I haven't seen for a long time. It's supposed to be so busy tomorrow that we're not even going to be able to find the bathroom, which is fine with me.
And kind of for this convention as a whole, being more horror focused than anything, but also kind of incorporating some other genres, some other movies in there, how does it compare to like a standard GalaxyCon or something more focused on a little bit of everything? Or I guess, how does like a horror convention differ?
I think you just summed that up because it's more horror. At a regular GalaxyCon, you have a sprinkling of everything, right? And this is their first venture. You have to understand, there is a huge following nationwide for horror films. Most of the conventions I do are horror conventions. Although I've done every kind of genre of movie there are. Mm-hmm. So this is their foray into this, and I think it's going to be extremely successful for them. Once people learn that the horror convention is run by Galaxy.
And being at a convention like this, so many fellow actors, you spoke to Jeffrey Combs a little bit, Ken Foray. What is it like being around them and seeing them at these conventions and kind of reuniting with all of these people?
It's like old home week, and we go, oh my God, remember when that happened on the set, remember? So, yeah, it's a very tight community, especially the horror community.
And when you look back on your career and the impact that some of your work has had, what does it mean to you, and how do you view that through your eyes?
Well, it means I've done my job. I mean, I've been an actor for 45 years. I'm almost at my 300th film.
Wow.
Which my publicist tells me I have more films than any other living actor. I don't know if that is a true fact, which makes me either very old or very iconic. I pick number 2. Okay.
Well, and like you, tell me what you said again a few minutes ago about.
5 minutes ago he said, and one more question. What?
Okay, last one. How did you get into acting? You spoke to this a little bit, but what got you into it in the first place? Was there something you were in particular inspired by?
I'll tell you the moment that got me into acting. My mother was a very good actress in community theater in Kansas City. She also produced and directed and performed half-hour monologues at my church every Christmas and Easter. And I was sitting there watching her do a 30-minute monologue, and people from 4 states would come and watch my mom. And I sat there and I looked around, and every adult in the sanctuary was bawling their eyes out. And I was about 8 years old, and I looked around and I went, oh, I want to do this. I want to move people like my mommy moves people. And that's the moment I decided to do it.
Well, Miss Wallace, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it, and can't wait to see what you do next.
Me either. Bye.